Hey everybody, Alex Kozora out of the Park 21 Pittsburgh Pirates franchise, episode 22. Thank you for being patient. I know it's been a little bit since our last video, but we are back for the end of the 2022 MLB regular season. And without further delay, the Pittsburgh Pirates are headed back to the playoffs. We have locked in no worse than a wild card spot. Let me pull up the standings, and we still have something to play for with 2 games remaining in the regular season. So you see here in the NL, we are 2 games back of St. Louis with 2 games to go against the Cardinals. So if we sweep the Cardinals these last 2 games, then we will win the Central. If not, we will hold the wild card spot, and there's still everything kind of on the table. We could get the second wild card spot. If we lose out and the Phillies win out, I believe they'll overtake us for that top wild card spot. And of course, we can win the Central if we beat the Cardinals the last 2 games of the season. The Phillies have not secured their wild card spot either. They have the Padres, Brewers competing as well, though I think, again, they'll have to lose out, and one of those teams would have to win out for them to jump Philly. So that's a scenario right now. Back in the playoffs or back-to-back years. Going to have at least 88 wins this year, our most. We'll go look at our team history here quickly to kind of look at the last few seasons. Since taking over out of the park in 2020, we won 85-77, missed the playoffs 87-75 last year, made the playoffs, went to the NLCS, lost in 6 to the Braves, and now heading back to the playoffs for at least a wild card game, hopefully something better this year. So really excited about that. Let me go ahead and look at the schedule here really quickly. I don't want to go through every single game here, but September we've done a really nice job here. Had a quick losing streak, 3 games in a row against the Reds and the Cubs, but I've been able to bounce back with a win against the Cubs in the last game of the series, and then beat the Cardinals yesterday 3-0. Check out our month-by-month record. You see here, got tough in May, June. Looked like kind of wasn't going to be our year, but 15-6 in September, 14-11 in August, and really happy about that. I do want to show, I don't usually go through the box scores of these too often, but I've been playing every single game out. That's why this video is taking a little bit longer to post, because I want to, like, when I get in a playoff race, I want to take control of the team, and I've been playing basically every game in the month of September. And so I played this game against the Cardinals. It was probably the craziest game that I've ever played in Out of the Park before, because it was so back and forth. Really needed that victory. Beat the Cardinals 7-6 in 15 innings. They had 5 errors. I had an error too, and I used every single position player. I used every single member of the bullpen, and I had used next day's starter, which was Brandon Waddell, who hit the game-winning walk-off single. So one of the craziest box scores you're ever going to see. If you scored this one at home, you had an adventure. But yeah, good luck finding a game log that looks like this again, because you're going to be hard-pressed to find it. Really kind of just a wacky game. Our starter only went 4 innings. Used, again, literally every single member of the bullpen. Had to use the next day starter. That was Waddell. So had a scrambling after, but really happy to get the victory there in 15 innings. So I just wanted to show you guys that. And now we will talk about a quick look at the team and what to expect for these final 2 games. Rosters have expanded to 28 for the month of September, and we use that to have a call-up that's really helped put us over the top. One reason why we're doing so well this month and finishing the season so strongly is, I guess it's Ernie Ordonez, who was one of those just kind of talent, randomness, change guys that really shot up here recently. To kind of see where he was at in 2020, and he's just been steadily improving then as a real power first baseman. As you guys, if you've been following these videos, know, our power has been among the worst in baseball. We're still last in baseball, although only 1 home run behind the Marlins. We could actually get into like next to last place, which would be a high mark for us. But called Ordonez up to start September on the call-ups. He's started 20 games. He's got 13 home runs. He's already one of our top home run hitters of the year. So that's been great to have that power bat. That is our future at first base. That dude's going to be our guy. Makes me feel better about trading away Josh Bell, who's doing pretty well out in Boston, by the way. So that's been a huge help, is having his bat, his impact, and his power. I'll go through a player-by-player stat line at the end of the video, maybe, or the end of the season wrap-up, something like that. However, I decide to do it. But we had Ordonez. Billy Hamilton, though, on the opposite end of the spectrum. He is literally the worst batter in baseball. He's got the worst OPS+, the worst WAR, He's hitting under 200, but that defense is good. The other center fielder, Javier Sanchez, hasn't done a whole lot better. A little better with the bat, but not significantly so. OPS plus a 69 award, negative 0.1 as well. So not getting a lot of production there. Trying to move the lineup around a little bit recently, but it's been pretty steady, pretty consistent in terms of the lineup. It's not our strong suit, but it has been good enough, I suppose. Pitching staff, on the other hand, has been excellent. Mitch Keller, I'm almost certain he's going to win Cy Young this year. Like, he has been just insane the back half of this year. His last outing, probably his last start of the year, was against the Cubs. He went 8 innings, shutout, 12 strikeouts, ERA of 2.43. I mean, this is arguably the best pitcher, not only in the NL, but in all of baseball. So really, really excited for him. Musgrove has done a better job, had a good outing against the Cardinals yesterday in our 3-0 win. Went 6 innings, did not allow a run, and only allowed 5 hits. Elsewhere, it's been dicey. Cody Bolton has been a little bit better, so that's been nice to see. We kind of really needed to have a good number 3 in the rotation. James Marvel is hurt. He's been diagnosed suspending for like 4 days now. I assume it's serious. It's a back injury of some sort. So that's disappointing. And Trevor Williams has continued to be very up and down. That was coming off a decent start against the Reds. And we'll probably see him in one of these 2 games to wrap up the season. Bullpen has been excellent so far. No complaints, although Nick Birdie is the guy that gets tired so often to do pitches. Throws 10 pitches and you feel like you can barely use them the next day. So questions about Nick Birdie's future in Pittsburgh still remain. And to touch on injuries, new injuries to this team, because you guys already know about Coar, Nelson, and Wayman. We have James Marvel, who I mentioned, is diagnosed suspending, and Cole Tucker's been out for about 2 weeks. 2 weeks exactly, with a torn hamstring. Kind of going to come back maybe for the start of the playoffs. It's borderline, so that was a loss. But Taylor Walls is almost identical, a little weaker defensively, a little weaker with a bat, but very similar profile to Cole Tucker. So hopefully we'll get him back, but not the end of the world, at least, because we have a good replacement in Taylor Walls. And a quick look around the MLB. I showed you your standings at the top of the video, but just to go through them again, you have the Braves, Clinch, the Dodgers, within a great record of the Braves, came pretty close to matching their record, and St. Louis still trying to hold on to that first place in the NL Central. Not guaranteed. They just have to win one of these next 2 games. Again, wild card standings in the NL. You got the Padres, Brewers going to have to win out, and Phillies lose out for them to have a chance. Over in the AL, it is Tampa Bay, Cleveland, Houston, and Oakland locked, still tied up here with 2 games to go. And the wild card spot, I think it's Boston trying to compete with Minnesota, and that is the only competition there. So getting down to it, getting real close to the end of the year, obviously, but still some unknown in terms of who's going to make the playoffs. And also a brief look at MLB stats in terms of the leaderboard. Again, maybe I'll look at these briefly with 2 games left. Obviously, not a whole lot's going to change, but in the combined leagues, Vlad leading an average, Acuna at 361, Mike Trout's got 60 home runs, Alvarez 136 RBIs, Kevin Newman 314 batting average, that's 5th in all of baseball. So I'm just going to scroll down through. You guys can pause the video if you'd like. The Dodgers, of course, have an unbelievable lineup, as they always seem to do. Their team is just insane this year. That they have some pitching injuries, so that may make them a little more vulnerable than most other years, although we did knock them out of the playoffs last season. And pitching leaders, and again, Mitch Keller, I think, is almost a lock for Cy Young for the NL. He's got an MLB leading 2.43 ERA, plus an amazing second place in the NL at 2.7. So I like Keller's odds there, unless they want to give May the advantage because he's 19-6. Keller's only 13-7 because our run support, unfortunately, is not particularly strong. Mitch Keller also 2nd in innings. Joe Musgrove is 5th. Keller 1st in WAR. And again, this is combined, not even just the NL. So I really like the odds here for Mitch Keller. But again, I'll scroll through. Feel free to pause if you want to see a particular category. Joe Musgrove, 2nd in all of baseball in quality starts. So kudos to Joe Musgrove. Let me just show you the NL for pitching, just to kind of put the context of Mitch Keller, of his dominance, why he better win Cy Young. He better not get snubbed, because he's got best ERA. Again, the wins is the only thing that could hurt him, being tied for 8th place there. He's 1st in WAR, 2nd in innings pitched. You could argue Marquez, because he's in Colorado. He's having a good year. 2.78 ERA to do that in Colorado is really impressive. Although his road splits are obviously a lot better than what he's doing at home at Coors Field. But Keller 1st in strikeouts. Strikeouts per 9, he's 5th. Joe Musgrove gives up a lot of home runs, by the way. Mitch Keller 2nd and 5th. His whip is 1.03. That's third best. I don't know. It'll be close. I think Keller should get the edge. It may come down to him versus Dustin May of the Dodgers. It looks like he just had his last start of the season at a very quality one against the Giants. So we'll see. I think I obviously am biased, would give the edge to Mitch Keller, but it could come down to him versus Dustin May, and I'll keep you posted on who wins NL Cy Young. And one other thing to look at, our team chemistry is ecstatic. It's not quite as high as last year, but that's something that seems easier to accomplish this year, is having good team chemistry in Out of the Park 21 as opposed to Out of the Park 19. The last version of this game that I played, it did not buy Out of the Park 20, but just an important note that team chemistry certainly helps, and probably one contributing reason why our team has been so successful down the stretch. All right, take a look at the lineups for today. Actually, let me go to the overall lineups, and that's been what it's been for the last few days. I moved Kevin Newman to the 3-hole to try to give our offense some more power with him just doing a better job. He gets on base a lot. He's a good hitter, obviously, but in that leadoff spot, doesn't always get to drive in a lot of runs. So I have Walls, Hayes, Newman, Ordonez, Reynolds, Frazier dropped for the 6-hole, Herrera. Going to keep Billy Hamilton in center field, Bolton on the hill. Not a lot of success against this pitcher, Lamet. Denilson Lamet, who's having a strong season for the Cardinals, ERA of 3.43. And for their lineup, Wong, who's always a thorn in my side, White, Carlson, Moustakas, Kinzer, Bader, DeJong, Lamet hitting the 8-hole. They're hitting all the pitchers 8th for some reason, and Hurst in right field batting 9th. I'm not totally decided on this yet. I may just show highlights from this game, kind of just the important parts of this game, because I want to play out these final 2 games with you guys. So in the interest of trying to keep this video a little bit shorter, I may just kind of show clips from this game, and then maybe it's the last game, depending on if it's meaningful or not, because that may not mean anything if we lose this one, although it may still mean something. I mean, who knows? Kind of in a limbo spot, knowing we're making the playoffs, not knowing exactly where we're going to fit in the playoff bracket. So I'll meet you out there for first pitch, though, and we'll get underway at Busch Stadium. All right, here for first pitch, Taylor Walls leading off against Lamet. And yeah, I may cut this video up and not show everything pitch by pitch or batter by batter like I have in the past. I'll just kind of see how this game goes. I'll just talk through it like normal commentary as Taylor Walls strikes out to start the game. Did not like the call. 3-0 to Brian Hayes. Hayes swinging 3-0. Did not want him to have the green light there. So again, this game still has meaning. If we win these next 2 games, the last 2 games of the year, we win the NL Central, and we'll overtake St. Louis. So still a chance. There's a chance we do anything from NL Central leaders to the first wildcard spot to the second wildcard spot. All that is still on the table for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Ordonez strikes out swinging, and we'll go bottom first. Colton Wong leading things off to face Cody Bolton, number 3 pitcher in our rotation. Not having the success he had his rookie year, but I think it would be unreasonable to expect him to do as well as he did his rookie year, where his ERA was around 2.5. It's around 4 this year. As Bolton quickly gets 2 outs. 3-0. See if Carlson swings 3-0. He won't. He's smarter. I think Brian Hayes, and draws the 4-pitch walk. Carlson probably easily their best bat in the lineup, I should say, as he'll snag second. And so Moustakas 1-2 count, 2-2. He'll strike out swinging, and we'll go top 2. Still scoreless. Brian Reynolds. Reynolds has been slumping a bit of a disappointing year for Brian Reynolds. He stayed healthy, but that average I thought would be much higher than the 260 range he's at right now, and I gave him that contract extension, so I'm hoping this is kind of a tough year for him, a tough month for him, really. And as our batters are getting mowed down right now as we go down swinging, strikes out the side, does Lamet, and we'll head to the bottom of the second, 0-0. These catches for St. Louis, by the way, both Molina, who's 40, and Kinzer, who's about to pop up to short there in Taylor Walls, are still doing great. Like, you don't see catchers in this game do well out every catcher that's, not like the best catcher in the game. Like, Will Smith struggles, but Kinzer and Yachty are both hitting like 270 with, 15 home runs. Just really good catcher production you don't see too often. So they've figured out the formula, apparently, as Bolton gets another strikeout, and we'll head to the top of the third. Still not at 0-0. 2-2 to Billy Hamilton, the worst hitter in baseball. He continues that streak by striking out. Bring up Cody Bolton. Full count. Nice job to work this against Lamet, as he will hit that softly to short. And that is 2 outs in the inning. So very quiet start here for both bats. We'll head lead off here with Taylor Walls. And the Pirates get their hit. That is second of the game. Taylor Walls in the center, replacing the injured Cole Tucker. To Brian Hayes, 2-1 count. That one hit to center left, and Bader, one of the best defensive center fielders, who gets called off there by Hurst, or Carlson, I should say. And that is the final out of the inning, as we'll face our pitcher, Lamet. And I get like some, pitchers hitting ace, but I don't know why they have it set for every single pitcher to hit ace. It's a little quirky to me. And hopefully there's game audio, by the way. I should have game audio this time. I know I've been forgetting to turn that on the last two videos. I thought it was on and it wasn't there, so I apologize for that. But hopefully it's on right now, and hopefully it sounds okay, where it's not too loud or something like that. So I don't know if I need to adjust that at all, but let me check that actually while I'm thinking of it. All right, we'll see if that's any better or worse. Just kind of let me know. I know we're very far into this series. I'm still asking about audio stuff, but I just haven't had the audio turned on in a little bit, so not quite sure. The audio is kind of popping in and out, but we'll deal with it. Full count here to Ordonez to center. That one is out of here. Ernie Ordonez, number 14. That's what he's provided this year. 2-0 Pirates. The other thing with Ordonez is that he's had so many home runs this year, but they've all, 75% of them have been solo shots. So I'm really happy for him to get a runner on base to make that a 2-run shot for Ordonez, his 14th home run, and literally one of our home run leaders despite playing 1 month this year. Really crazy stuff. Speaks to how poor the bats have been when it comes to power, as Frazier will try to get an infield single, and he will. So Pirates trying to add more damage here after the 2-run home run. And that might be a double play material, and it will. And that's Barrera, the catcher, who's really gone cold. I think I overworked him, overtaxed him some, and he's really struggled in the month of September. But thanks to the Ordonez home run, the Pirates lead the Cardinals 2-0. We'll go bottom 4. Evan White leading things off for St. Louis. So it'll be interesting. If we win this game, which knock on wood, not saying we will, but if we win this game, how do we approach tomorrow? We got to approach it like we're winning, or aim to win. Obviously, if we lose this game and the Phillies were to lose hypothetically and we're secure in that top wildcard spot, probably just going to play a lot of backups. And because that's why, because guys might get hurt, and Cody Bolton has a right arm injury, and that's what I was afraid of. And let's see what it is. This could be bad. Oh, it's the dreaded diagnosis pending. I'm losing all my starting pitching at the very end of the year. You got to be kidding me. I just lost Marvel. Should I even go with Steven Brault? Because he may have to start a game. Our bullpen's in pretty good shape, at least in terms of stamina. I'm going to put Cedarlin in the game. Oh my goodness. That's the last thing we needed right now. Alright, Cedarlin's coming in, facing Moustakas. Odds are Bolton's not going to be available for a wildcard game. Not that we would start him in a wildcard game, but at least a series. And Marvel's hurt with a back injury, and they won't tell me what's going on with that. So, yeah, that's what we were just talking about. We were talking about, taking tomorrow off if we don't have anything to play for, obviously, or at least the risk of playing all of our guys. But with 28-man rosters, not the 40-man rosters like it used to be, it's really hard to hide some of these guys, so you really have to just play them and hope for the best. And unfortunately, some of these injuries are happening at a very unfortunate time. At least we've clinched a playoff spot. I guess there's that optimistic picture I can try to paint. This Taylor Wall sits at center with 2 outs and 1 on to Brian Hayes. 1-2 count, and that one's going to get under the glove of the second baseman. Nope, we're not going to send. They'll make the first or third out at third base, and Hurst has got a great arm out there and right. So Kevin Newman, put him in the 3-hole, try to get some runners on. Chance to do it here, and that's going to get up the middle, and that's why Kevin Newman's hitting in the 3-hole. And yes, we want to send Taylor Walls. Doesn't show me the animation, but Walls comes in and scores, and the Pirates are up 3-0 with Ordonez. Good home run, 2-run shot his last at bat. Can he do it again? 1-0 count, facing the new pitcher Woodford. And Ordonez, that'll be a can of corn for the very talented Harrison Bader. Pirates get another run across. They lead 3-0. We'll go bottom 5. And Kinzer, that might get over the head of Hamilton, and it will. That's actually off the top of the wall. So again, talking about those catchers earlier for St. Louis, they know how to hit. And they continue that with a leadoff double for Kinzer. Harrison Bader, 3-0 count. Cedarlin, that's not great. And now they're going to try to get right back into it. Yeah, Steven Brault, do we save him? Because he may end up having to become part of the rotation. Oh, this is not good. This is a really bad situation, at least in terms of the playoff outlook for this team, and that's caught by Walls. And this is potential. This is a very serious injury for Cody Bolton. Could affect him in the next year. Jackson Coar is going to be right up against his availability for next year, so not good, obviously. As Cedarlin gets a strikeout of Miller, now facing Hurst. Let Cedarlin go after him, full count, payoff pitch, and that's a walk. And that'll bring up Colton Wong with the bases juiced. See what we want to do here. Wong is worse versus lefties in the scouting report and in the production. Let's go visit the mound. Wilson is ready. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Justin Wilson to face Colton Wong. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Pirates up 3-0. 1-2 count. Wilson, the lefty, will deliver. And Wong hits that to right center, and that is off the top of the wall. Thought I was going to get out of here, but that should be a bases-clearing triple. And I said earlier in this video that Wong is a thorn in my side, and that's why. And Justin Wilson has just not panned out since acquiring him from Arizona, and that one's really disappointing, as we'll face Evan White on a 1-2 count, too, as that's going to give St. Louis the lead. Maybe I should have left Cedarlin in. It looked like a good matchup. Maybe I should have put a better lefty in. I didn't want to use Brault because he may have to become a starter for us. And you see how quickly things kind of fall apart, unfortunately. As I want to kind of let Wilson in because I don't want to tax our bullpen too much here. 0-2 to Carlson. He'll strike out swinging. Cardinals take the lead. They're up 4-3. That one hurts a whole lot. Only 9 pitches for Wilson. Just like that, the lead is gone, though. Much of that will actually get charged to Blake Cedarlin. And as Reynolds strikes out, brings up Adam Frazier. That one back up the middle. All right, 1-out single for Frazier. Let me get a pitcher warmed up in case. Gonna go ahead, try to do another lefty. I think we'll get Cricky warmed up. Barrera, the catcher, and that one's going to get down. So Barrera, no, I'm not sending Frazier. But bottom of the order coming up, Billy Hamilton in the game. We're going to pinch hit here, bring in Lolo Sanchez. It's kind of been doing that a lot, or it's been a lot of, just replacing Billy midway through a game when we need the bat. Now facing Martinez, 2-2 to Lolo. He'll look at strike 3, and now Wilson is up. It's very loud in my ear with the crowd right now. Hopefully it doesn't sound as loud and overtaking my voice, but I have a feeling it is. CJ Crone, first baseman, did a lot of pinch hitting for us. We'll step up into the batter's box. 0-1 count to Cron. And that one hit well to left, but should stay in the ballpark, and it'll be caught by Carlson. All right, I turned the crowd volume down a little bit because it was sounding way too loud. It may pick back up, but Cardinals bats are picking back up too, as that is a leadoff double at least for Moustakas. And a triple, it looks like, unless they can get him. Oh, they're going to get him at third. All right, we'll take it. Good job there. Don't see those too often. Don't really see the cutoff throw be able to get to the out, but glad to see that. Moustakas taking third for some reason. Weird decision. Kinzer up now. He's got a double, and Crick hits him. Man, just want to get our bullpen through this game. And Bader, it'll be tough to hit double him off. And yeah, we won't be able to do that, but we'll get the lead runner. 2 outs, runner on first for Paul DeYoung. 2-2 count from Crick. There's strike 3. Pirates still trail by a run. And Crick threw 13 pitches. We'll try to get him to go into the bottom of the 7th at least. As Taylor Walls will pop up to lead off the top of the 7th. Brian Hayes, 2-2 count. And he'll look at strike 3. That one caught the corner. Kevin Newman, also on a 2-2 count. We'll stretch. Go bottom 7. Pirates trail by a run against the St. Louis Cardinals in this important game number 161 of the season. Tyler O'Neill leading things off. Full count from Kyle Crick. And that is a walk. And yeah, probably getting close to the end here for Kyle Crick. So we'll get, as Bednar is pretty tired, we'll get Jeremy Walker going. Hold runner is a good button. I didn't really learn about that. It actually helped with keeping guys on. Didn't really know what that button ever did till I researched it a bit. So if you have a guy that's on base, hit hold a runner. Apparently that helps decrease the chance that they're gonna be able to at least steal or steal successfully. Yes, Cricky is getting pretty wild. That one at least swung on 3-1. Lolo replacing Billy Hamilton in center field will make the catch for out number 2 against arch nemesis Colton Wong. That'll bring up Evan White. Can Cricky get one more out here? We'll see. 0-2 to White, and he'll strike him out. So that'll be it for Kyle Crick. 6 outs to go for the Pirates. Try to scrape across at least a run. Got a good power bat here in Ordonez. Full count to him. Hector Neris entering the game. Very good relief pitcher for St. Louis. Ordonez to right center. That one is out of here. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming for Ernie Ordonez. His second home run. Like I said, a lot of solo shots, but we'll take it. It will tie the game at 4. Heading in the top of the 8th. 1-1 to Reynolds as we try to get the go-ahead run, and Brian Reynolds will have a single into center, fall at the feet of Bader. Check to see what Neres' hold runner rating is. It's average at 50. Do I want to try hit and run here with Frazier? Let's try it. 0-2 though to Frazier. It's going to strike out, and Reynolds is in there with a stolen base at least, so he'll go to second. Thank goodness for that. Get Jeremy Walker ready. Certainly Crick is done for the day. You want to take out Barrera is the question. I think we'll leave him in because I don't have another good bat to go to, and some of the backup catchers are better versus lefties than righties. 0-2 though to Barrera. Tough spot here. Is that one dribbled to third, and that's going to be 2 away. Reynolds still stuck on second with Lolo Sanchez stepping into the batter's box. 2-2 count. Struck out last time. Will he strike out again? He will not. A single for Lolo Sanchez. Bader's got a good arm. We're going to test it, and Reynolds scores. I wish it would show me the animation. That would be useful. But the Pirates take the lead, and I want to get Neverauskas now warmed up now that we're up a run. How do I want to play this here? I think we're going to have to put in one of the catchers. Because I don't want to use, the last infielder, last first baseman here potentially. So we're going to go ahead and go with Jonah Heim. We've called up. Quick look at his numbers. He's got a good eye. He walks more than he strikes out, but the bat has not been particularly impressive. And do I want to steal here? Ross's control is 60. What's his hold runners rating? It's 55. Already stolen once. I was going to let Jonah swing at this one. 3-1. Jonah down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. Will Lolo come in and score? I don't know if he'll be able to. He will, though. Jonah Heim. Just talking about the bat wasn't great, but with the pinch hit double, the push our advantage to 6-4. And I'm going to sit Jeremy Walker down, bring Neverauskas in. Taylor Walls now. First pitch swinging is the shortstop, and that one's going to get through. Heim is pretty slow. Don't know if that's going to score him. It's not. Even with 2 outs, Hurst's got a great arm out there on right, and so could Brian Hayes trying to break this one open against Joe Ross. Big moment here for the Pirates, up 6-4, top of the 8th. Full count to Hayes. Hayes hits that down the right field line again, just where Heim hit it. That's going to bring in another run. Pirates up 7-4. Will they make it 8-4? They will, as that is Walls coming in. As Brian Hayes hits a 2-out, 2 RBI double. And now do I even want to have Neverauskas in the game? I probably will keep him in and maybe have Garrett try to close this thing out because I don't want to use Birdie if I can avoid it. So, wow. Big charge here for the Pirates in the 8th inning. 2-2 Newman. Softly to third. Will the third baseman have a play on it? He will not. And so that'll be an infield single for Newman. And Ordonez. Can he make it 3 home runs today? Ross, only 45 stuff. Ordonez does strike out a decent amount. We'll see what happens here. 1-0 count. And they pick him off. Why isn't anyone even trying to steal there? That's all right. Can't be too mad about how that inning went. As the Pirates are up 8-4. And I'll bring in Neverauskas to face Carlson, Moustakas, and Kinzer. So we can get through this. We'll get through the heart of the order. But no guarantees. 1-2 count. Pirates up 4. As Carlson, solo shot to start the inning. And it's now 8-5. Pirates lead. I say Neverauskas has been on fire. He's not been on fire. His last 2 outings have been including this one, have been kind of poor. So not sure what's going on there, as it's 8-5. And Moustakas is going to have extra bases. So, the bullpen for the Pirates has not been as strong lately. And this is the heart of the order for St. Louis. They needed to get some production here, and they certainly have it to start. And I'm going to start thinking about bullpen arms here. Unfortunately, we'll get Walker moving around again. 1-2 to Kinzer. That one in foul territory. Ordonez will call off Pereira for the first out. Now facing Bader. 1-0 count. That one hit into right. Will it land? It will. And Moustakas is going to score. And just like that, it's 8-6. This one not over in St. Louis. Young stepping in. 1-2 count. There's the strikeout for out number 2. And bring in Aquino, the pinch hitter, off the bench, hitting .227 this year, but has 26 home runs. First pitch swinging is Aquino. And that one will be caught by Hayes. Will head to the top of the 9th. Cardinals able to scratch 2 runs back. And it's 8-6. And so I want to use Nick Birdia to try to close it out. Again, I talked about his fatigue issues, but I may have to do it to have a chance to win the Central in tomorrow's game. Ordonez was up with runners on before, but Newman got picked off, so they'll have a chance here to bat against the lefty Patterson. Ordonez does seem to fare better versus lefties than righties. Full count to start the top of the 9th. Pirates up 2. And he'll work a walk. Does not work a lot of walks, but he does right there. All right, we are back for the final game of the regular season, September 25th. Again, the Pirates, I assume here, with a victory, will win the NL Central against the St. Louis Cardinals. Some good news, we will do no worse than the first wildcard spot. The Philadelphia Phillies lost yesterday 7-3 and 11 against the Houston Astros. So we have now clinched that spot. Again, we were going to have to lose out. I guess with the win, we had already clinched, but either way, the Phillies losing clinched that spot all the more. And so now the Diamondbacks have been eliminated with a loss, and the Brewers have won. So either the Phillies or the Milwaukee Brewers will take that second wildcard spot, and us will either be in that first wildcard spot facing one of those two teams or winning the NL Central. Hopefully, do have some injury information to pass along to you guys with James Marvel. He has back spasms. He is out for 5 weeks, so that's essentially the rest of the playoffs. Certainly to start the playoffs, he's been placed on the 15-day injured list, and Cody Bolton is still diagnosis pending. So here's what we're going to do, and this is unfortunate, not something I want to do here late in the season. Enter Steven Brault into the rotation. He has appeared in 65 games this year, 3.24 ERA, has not made a start, but with not really having a lot of other options, he is going to come in the starting rotation. He's not started a game since 2020. He's been a very excellent reliever for us, and hopefully he can give us like 4 or 5 innings. That will be the goal for Steven Brault. He's not going to start today. We're going to go with... How do I want to go with Steven Brault today, though? He's 100% rested. This is a really good question. I'm going to have to think about that one and get back to you guys. We've also called up Brandon Waddell, who has been starting and kind of piggybacking a bit with Trevor Williams. It's Brandon Waddell, but neither have been very effective. I got Waddell in relief, so yeah, very unfortunate here to end the year, but that's a scenario. Steven Brault now in the rotation, and I got to take a second here to figure out who I want to start in the final game that still has a lot of meaning of the Pittsburgh Pirates 2022 regular season. All right, we're going to take you out to first pitch in St. Louis in a moment. We're going to stick with Trevor Williams for the last game of the year. I thought about Steven Brault, but knowing we're in the playoffs, knowing he would not pitch a potential wildcard game, I'd rather have him for maybe a game 2 or something it's coming to of a playoff series as opposed to Trevor Williams, because Mitch Keller will pitch any playoff game for us. Mitch Keller actually could pitch today on short rest, but we're not going to risk that. There's really not a compelling enough reason. Even Central winning that is not compelling enough to do that. So we're going to stick with Trevor Williams, who had a pretty meh outing against the Cardinals last time with 4 innings, allowed 6 hits, 3 earned, 2 home runs, 2 walks, and 2 punch-outs. But we're going to go ahead and roll with him today. So let me take you out to the lineups and then first pitch in St. Louis. All right, lineups are going to be the same for us. Walls, Hayes, Newman, Ordonez, Reynolds, Frazier, Barrera, Hamilton in center, and Trevor Williams on the mound. Looks like their lineup is about identical as well with Losi, their pitcher. That is Tony Losi, who has only started 2 games this year, but does sport a very low ERA, just over 2. And his last outing, though, as a start, did not go that well. Did strike out 7, but a fly ball pitcher. it does allow a decent amount of home runs. Hopefully we'll get some long ball going today. Again, scenario, if the Pirates win, I think at least we will win the NL Central. If we lose, we will play the wild card game against either the Phillies or the Brewers, depending on how that shakes out in the final game of the 2022 regular season. All right, leading things off, Taylor Walls against Tony Locey. Full count. Game 162. And there's still uncertainty with this season. Crazy how baseball works, huh? As, again, I'll probably just play this one full without any sort of highlights, as Walls will strike out to start. Bring up Brian Hayes on a 2-1 count. And we're just hoping for Trevor Williams, even though our bullpen is kind of tired, to give us 5 innings is kind of the goal for Trevor Williams. Give us 5, allow 3 or fewer runs, and I'll take that as a positive start, as the Pirates are going to go 1-2-3 in their top half of the first inning. Trevor Williams, ERA of 5.35, only struck out 90 in 119 innings. 2-2, facing Colton Wong, who had a big hit against us yesterday, but strikes out there. The Pirates did hang on to win yesterday's game 8-6 to make this one meaningful for today. Evan White into right. Adam Frazier will camp under it, make the catch for out number 2. Bring up Dylan Carlson, their best hitter, hitting .320 this season. 1-2 count though, he's behind. And we'll head top of the second. Still scoreless in St. Louis. Ordonez, 2 home runs yesterday. He's already tied for second on the team with 15 home runs. That will not be number 16, as that is a fly out in the center. Harrison Bader, good speed, making the catch for out number 1. Brian Reynolds, last game of the season. He'll hit that into right, pretty softly though. Right fielder Hurst will make the catch for out number 2. Again, Locey, a fly ball pitcher, so no surprise to see some work for the outfield this year early in this one. As Frazier, also into the outfield, though much shallower, and the infielder shortstop DeYoung will make the catch for the third out. We'll head bottom 2 to face Mike Moustakas, who's in a 2-2 count, 35 home runs this year, and that is going to be a double to the wall. Moustakas had a double against us yesterday, I believe, and he'll lead things off with a 2-base hit again. Kinzer, very good catcher for them. Yachty not playing today, as Kinzer hard shot to Hayes at third. That will hold Moustakas. Ordonez, nice job to go low for that one. If you pick that one out of the ground. Now bring up Harrison Bader, hitting just .207, but 15 home runs this season. First pitch swinging is Bader. That one hit well into left. Reynolds going back near the track. Will he have it? He will. And the runner at second, though, Moustakas will tag at third. That'll bring up DeYoung, and I think we're going to have to intentionally walk him to bring up Locey, the pitcher, who does not have good batter ratings. Of course, potentially walk this guy, and Locey's going to hit a double or something. So I'm sure I jinxed it, but we're going to potentially walk Paul DeYoung. Bring up Locey, who's 2 for 10 this season. So over with a ribby. Chance for another RBI here. 1-2 count. Williams, and there it is. Locey hits a single up the middle. You just knew that's baseball, man. So frustrating. On a 1-2 count, the Cardinals lead 1-0. 1-2 facing Scott Hurst. And Williams strikes. Can't strike out the pitcher. Strike out the right fielder, though. Cardinals take the early lead 1-0. Trace Barrera leading things off, 1-1 count. That one hit to left. Should stay on the park. Carlson going back. He'll glove it for out number 1. Billy Hamilton trying to keep some good defense for Trevor Williams today. Williams certainly not providing, or Hamilton not providing offense. We'll see if Williams provide offense, but probably not either. And he will not. And so the Pirates go 1-2-3 as we'll head to the bottom of the third. Colton Wong leading things off for St. Louis. That one smacked past Ordonez, a single into right field to lead off the third inning. Again, Pirates lose this one. They'll have to play a wild card game, which Mitch Keller will start. Chance for 2 here. They can't turn it, but we'll get the leadoff runner Wong at second. And White on the fielder's choice. Now bring up Carlson again. 2-0 to Carlson. Dangerous count. That one shallow left. Will Reynolds make the grab? He will. For out number 2. And now facing Moustakas, who hit a double already. 2-1 count. Moustakas back up the middle. That one skips past Newman at second. And we'll have runners in the corners with 2 away. Facing Kinzer, the catcher, hitting .267 this season. Maybe I want to pitch around, try to induce a strikeout. No, Kinzer's got a good avoid K rating. Go after him. 0-2 count. That one is going to get down, I think. No, Newman. Nice catch. That one scared me off the crack of the bat. Cardinals still lead 1-0. 1-0 count. Pirates trying to get some offense. That likely won't help as Walls dribbles that back to the catcher, and that is out number 1. Ryan Hayes, 0-1 count. Losi doing well today with Hayes. Will that drop in? It will at the feet of Carlson for a 1-out single. We want to run here. I think we're going to... Hayes is now up to an 80 steal. That'd be nice. Let's try to go ahead and run here with Brian Hayes. And that's ball number 1. I'll take a pitch, see if we can try to work ahead 2-0 count. It's 1-1. I'm going to try to steal again with Hayes. And he won't. And now it's 1-2. Can you run, Hayes, please? And there's a strikeout. So that was maybe mismanaged, potentially. All right, Ordonez. I'm going to try one more steal with Hayes. They know we're running. I cannot get Hayes to actually go. I should send him, but whatever. 0-2 to Ordonez. Is that one going to get out? And forget about running with Hayes. Ordonez, another home run. It's 2-1 Pirates. Hottest player on this team, one of the hottest hitters in baseball. That is number, 16 for Ordonez in the month of September. Unbelievable. Maybe a record for Pirates. I'll have to check that if that's a record for 16 home runs in a month in Pirates history. Feels like it. It's got to be up there. Brian Reynolds, 2 outs. That one hit to second. But thanks to Ernie Ordonez, that power bat, Pirates are up 2-1. Can we hold on to that lead, though, with Trevor Williams? 0-1 to Harrison Bader, who had a single his last at bat. That one should hang in the air long enough for Reynolds to make the catch for out number 1. Now facing DeYoung, 1-0 count. That one hit. Is that no man's land? No, Ordonez will make the catch, even with the shift on. It appeared there. And now Losi, who had the RBI single earlier in the game, only run so far for St. Louis. 2-2 count. He'll look at strike 3. We'll head top 5. Pirates up a run. Frazier, Barrera, Hamilton will lead things off for the 5th inning. And that'll be a leadoff single for Adam Frazier. And Barrera will try to do something with it here. Losi, 4 innings, 2 earned, 1-2 count. Try to go for strikeout number 5, and he'll get it. And now Hamilton, I think we might try to bunt here. And if we do, what do we want to do, though, with Trevor Williams is a valid question. Might get Waddell ready for some long relief action. Yeah, we're going to start warming up Waddell. I'm going to try to... what I want to do here. Yeah, we're going to try to bunt. I just don't trust Billy to swing the bat. It's a bunt. Maybe we can get something out of it. No, we can't. All right. Trevor Williams, 56 pitches, 4 innings, 1 earned. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have bunted. Let me figure out what I want to do here. Do I leave Williams in? I'm going to bring CJ Crone in the pinch hit because Williams is only going to go 1 more inning at max anyway. So Brandon Waddell will try to come in and eat an inning or 2. Runner on second. Crone will try to drive him in. 1-2 count, though. Not looking too good. And Crone dribbles that to short. And that will end the top half of the 5th for Pittsburgh. Still 2-1. We'll bring in Brandon Waddell. Come in, try to get some outs. Not had a lot of success facing Scott Hurst. 1-2 count. And Hurst back to Waddell. Make the throw. He will for out number 1. Now facing Colton Wong. First pitch swinging is Wong. He's dangerous with the bat. And, yep, that's what I'm talking about. Dangerous with the bat. We're all tied at 2. Well, maybe taking out Trevor Williams was a bad idea, but trying to get the run there did not work out. And now we're facing Evan White on a full count. And Waddell walks him. Bring up Carlson. Things seem to be going from bad to worse here. 3-1 count. Oh, they could get worse. That's always good to think about. As that's back-to-back walks, Waddell just falling apart here against Moustakas. That one hit to right. Frazier should make the catch. Runner will not tag. 2 outs. Runners on first and second to face Kinzer with Bader on deck. All right, Bednar's still warming up. We're going to try to pitch around Kinzer. If not, then we'll just get Bader up, see what happens. 0-1 to Kinzer, the catcher, and he hits him. Okay, Waddell. Not going well. So now we're going to bring in David Bednar. It's the new pitcher facing Bader. Bases loaded, 2 outs, tie game, bottom of the 5th, game 162. So much on the line here. 1-2 count. Bednar will deliver and deal, and that one hit hard to second. Newman will throw on to Ordonez. High throw, makes the catch. Out number 3. Pirates give up the run on the Colton Wong shot, and we're still tied at 2. And I feel like the game audio is still too loud. It sounds really loud in my headphones, at least. So I don't know, I'm gonna try to bump it down a little bit more. Hopefully this audio has not gotten out of sync so far. Anyway, top 6. So much on the line here. 2-2 count. Walls hits that to second. Oh, it's bobbled. And he's safe. Okay. We're animation there, but nice job. We'll take it any way we can get it at this point. We're going to try a hit and run here with Hayes and Taylor Walls. 0-1 count. That one dribbled, and that will at least move Walls to second with 1 away, bringing up Kevin Newman. 0 for 2 today, hitting .317 on the season. Full count, payoff pitch. Newman into left. That one's going to get down. Don't think we can send him. I don't know, maybe I should have sent him, but I didn't trust even with Carlson not having a great arm. Ordonez, 1 for 2 today, but he does have a tendency to strike out. It's a big spot here for Ordonez. Full count. He'll strike out, and that's what we were afraid of. And now Brian Reynolds. Big at bat of the season. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Chance to give the Pirates a lead. It's a 3-1 count. Reynolds into right, and it's caught. Hot shot right at Hurst. And it will remain tied at 2, facing DeYoung to start off the bottom of the 6th. David Bednar still in for the Pirates. We'll strike him out looking. Brad Miller, 2-2 count. That's a swinging strikeout for out number 2. And now Scott Hurst, on a full count. He'll draw the walk. Bednar may be getting a little tired. Our bullpen's not in the best shape today. Colton Wong, again, thorn on our side. Colton Wong over here, 1-2 count. That one hit to short. It's pretty shallow, and we'll get the out. So Walls, nice play to Ordonez, and we'll head top of the 7th, still tied, still undecided on who's going to win the NL Central this season. That'll be it for Bednar. We'll get Jeremy Walker ready for the top of the 7th. Facing Gio Gallegos, 3.61 ERA this season, struck out 80 and 67 and the third. 1-0 count to Frazier. That one's up the middle for a leadoff single. Good start here for the Pirates in the top half of the 7th. And Barrera, thinking about bunting, but how weak this bottom of the lineup is, I just don't feel like it's a great idea right now. Gallegos got a good hold runners rating. We're going to try a hit and run. I'm going to be a little aggressive here. And there's a strikeout. Frazier will get into second at least. So that's one positive thing here. As Barrera, got to try to move him over, at least get him to third with 1 out. That's going to be our best chance. 0-2 count, though. Barrera struck out. Not a good pitch to strike out on. I get to bring in Lolo Sanchez in center field for Hamilton, as we've started to do quite a bit. All right, Sanchez has to do something for him. 1-2 count, though. Not a great sign. And he looks at strike 3. All right, Walker's getting warmed up. Facing a righty with Gallegos. Don't have a lot of great options right now. We're going to try Jonah Heim again, though. Maybe try to draw a walk or something. 2-2 count to Heim. He looks at strike 3. So we get Frazier on second with nobody out, and he gets stranded there with 3 consecutive strikeouts, unfortunately. Lolo's going to go to center. Bring in Jeremy Walker. I don't want to eat up the bullpen like this. Last game of the year. Potential wildcard game on the horizon, but what can you do? 0-2 count. Walker will start things off. That one hit back up the middle. Walls throw into Ordonez, throw a little high, but he makes the catch for out number 1. Now facing the very dangerous Dylan Carlson, hitless today. 0-1 count. That one hit the second deep in the hole. Newman will retire him for out number 2. Now facing Moustakis. First pitch swinging. Not a good. Don't have a good feeling about this one. Yep. Did not have a good feeling about that pitch. 3-2, Cardinals lead. You got to be kidding me, Walker. What are you doing? Try to get out of it with Kinzer. That one back up the middle, so can't even get out of it on a 2-2 count. I don't want to have to burn more relievers. We don't have a ton of relievers really available. Maybe get Amir Garrett going. 2-2 to Bader. Bader does not strike out. He's got like a 35 avoid Ks, but he seems to always put the ball in play at least. But that's an out, so we'll head top of the 8th. Now down a run. And may have to go to Amir Garrett here, which is not something I'm super comfortable with. And they're bringing Jordan Hicks already. Could this be a 6-out save for Hicks? Potentially. 1-1 to Walls. Pirates now need a run. So many chances in this game to take the lead. And Walls will start things off with a single at least. So that's one positive sign. Facing Hayes. What am I clicking on? I want to click on Hicks here. 50 hold runners rating. We're going to try the hit and run again. 0-2 to Hayes. Can he put it in play? Get back. We got to get back, Walls. That's out number 1. I'm going to get Amir Garrett warmed up. Now facing Kevin Newman. 0-2 to Newman. And that one lofted right at the second baseman. For out number 2. And Ordonez. It's either going to be a strikeout or a home run. Probably a strikeout here. First pitch swing, Ordonez. Nope. It's going to be just a weak ground out to short. We'll head bottom 8. Cardinals up a run. Have to put Amir Garrett in and kind of cross our fingers here. 1-0 to DeYoung. He's got good power. Garrett has low movement skills, and yeah, that's why Garrett probably shouldn't have been in the game. I'm good at predicting my mistakes. You gotta give me credit for that at least. As it's 4-2, now facing Jordan Hicks. It's on a full count. And Jordan Hicks is gonna hit a single. Okay. Alright, well, I think we're playing a wild card game. That seems to be the way this one's gonna be going. 0-2 to Hurst. Okay. Our bullpen cannot pitch like this in the postseason. That's disappointing. That's really disappointing. I mean, it's going to leave Garrett in, I think, because I don't want to use other bullpen arms. I don't really have a whole lot there, and I don't want to have to keep using them before the wildcard game in 2 days, and I won't have guys available for then. So, 1-2 to Wong. Garrett's going to have to just take one for the team here. Evan White. 1-0 count. That one's up the middle with the infield in. And the Cardinals have broken this one open. They're going to take a 6-2 lead. Yep. All right, so are we going to play the Phillies or the Brewers? Strike them out, throw them out scenario? No. 2 away here, runner on second for Moustakis. 0-1, decent lefty on lefty matchup. That one hit pretty well to left. Reynolds makes the catch at the track, and the Pirates are now down 6-2. 3-0 to Reynolds. Don't swing, Reynolds. Thank you. All right, we're going to have a lot here with the bottom of the lineup having to support us quite a bit, as Hicks is going for the 6-out. Now, I don't know if that's still technically a save or not, but either way, 1-1. Frazier, ooh, looks like that had a decent charge off the crack of the bat, but hit into the corner in the left field. Carlson makes the catch for out number 1. Barrera coming in now, 1-2. Okay, he's going to strike out. Yep, he strikes out a lot more than you'd think. And Sanchez, 0-2 count. Last batter of the regular season. He'll look at strike 3. The Cardinals win the Central. Pirates came close. Not close enough. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Cardinals, 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. And yeah, that's the scenario there. So we'll see what our wild card fate is. It looks like it's going to be the Philadelphia Phillies. Looks like they were able to hold off the Brewers. They had an off day. They have never been played today. But looks like the Brewers lost. So we'll take on the Phillies, it appears, in the wildcard game. So that'll be very interesting. The Phillies with second most home runs this season. Let me sim a day, maybe get some information on Cody Bolton, kind of finish out the regular season across baseball, give you a sort of lay of the land for the playoffs, and I'll come back with you guys. All right, we are back here at the end of the MLB regular season. Again, the Pirates finished 89-73. They claimed the first wild card spot. Could have won the Central with a win on the final day of the season, but that unfortunately did not happen. So we'll be taking on the Philadelphia Phillies in the wild card game. There, looks like they're going to go with maybe Aaron Nola as their pitcher. Had a good, not great season, but you see a lot of power in that lineup with Bryce Harper. Still having an excellent season 49 home runs. Rhys Hoskins out there at first with 42. Darno, even a catcher, 29 home runs. Very good team. Some decent starting pitching. The bullpen looks pretty solid with Sir Anthony Dominguez as their closer, who's got a ridiculous strikeout rate. And so that is the season. Check out the MLB standings, see who all made the playoffs. Let's see, it was the Braves, Cardinals, Pirates, Dodgers, and Phillies out in the NL, and the Rays, Indians, Astros, and it was the Athletics and actually might be a play-in game there. Let me check their schedules. Yeah, they have a play-in game, so that the Boston came back, so that's why we have not gotten a playoff game yet. So that'll give us some extra rest, which is good for our bullpen. Also good for our pitching staff is Cody Bolton, who had that dreaded injury, diagnosis pending injury, but it was just a sore forearm. So he'll be available should we get to a playoff series, at least. Whenever the playoffs do come, I'll have to arrange my postseason rosters. We'll have to cut some guys. Probably won't have a third catcher. Maybe O'Neal Cruz will not make it. CJ Crowell, one of those two probably will not make it, but I'll have to kind of figure all that out whenever the time comes. So I think that's everything for this video. I'll do a season-ending recap of stats and all that whenever our season comes to an end. I should say, by the way, though, of course, our starting pitcher for the wildcard game will be Mitch Keller, hopefully NL Cy Young winner. And if he can keep this going, then hopefully get this wildcard win and get to a playoff series. So that'll do it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on the season, anything playoffs-wise or anything else I should know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.